Hi, my name is Daniel Suarez, and I'm also a member of Group 12. We're going to talk about the profitability of Bank United and how it makes and made money when it started. Also, the current trends in the market that might affect Bank United and its trends and how it will, succeed in the future, hopefully. So, how are they currently making money? Basically, Bank United, as Sandra said, started off in 1984. During that time, Savings and Loan Association were going through a period of deregulation. They were able to offer different type of products beyond the mortgages and the simple deposit accounts that they offered in the past. They were able to branch out and offer auto loans, boat loans, and small business loans, which made them very competitive with other banks that were already taking advantage of these situations. That's what most banks did. So savings and loans now get into this market. So they have a wealth of opportunity to profit on. But the main bulk of their profits has always come from taking in deposits and giving consumers an interest rate, for holding their money, and in turn taking that money and loaning it out to consumers to basically buy houses. I mean, that's the bread and butter of Savings and Loan Association, was to lend out residential consumer loans to people who needed to buy homes. That's what they were there for. And the profit that they would take was the spread between these two. So if you're lending out at 5%, you were taking in, let's say, at 3%. So that spread the 2% spread was the bank's profit margin, which was fine. That worked well until in the late 70s we had a huge inflation and the rates went sky high. So a lot of savings and loans became insolvent. Luckily, Bank United was created after this time. So they didn't really have to deal with these problems. They came in at a good time where they could offer different products and different things like that. So they never had a real problem with profits until the economic crash that happened quite recently, where they had so many of their loans tied up in the real estate market that when the real estate assets dropped, their loans were devaluated, and they actually, in turn turned a huge loss because they no longer had property and assets that are worth what they had in their books. They actually, went off 30, 40, in some cases 50%. So this bank really just didn't have the capital to maintain these loans and and cut their losses. They couldn't. So basically, after they were taken over, they set new trends for themselves. They really got into the technology, and really, they have this new product that they came up with, which was Express Credit, which offered a 24-hour loan decision for small businesses. It's things like this that really will make them, will really get them ahead of the game in the long haul, because they're going to be able to offer different loans, offer quick approvals, and that's what people need when it comes to loans. When you want a loan, you need that money now. You don't need it a month from now, which it could take for a loan application to process. So things like that are very, very important for a new trend set by Bank United. However, you also have to look at economic trends, regulation and deregulation. So basically, you have the economy and a lot of things happening where a lot of regulators want to put more strict rules on banking, and Bank United falls into that. So basically, they want to set this law, this mark-to-market, where all the assets that a bank has, they sometimes value these assets 20, 30 years ahead of the game. So like, they don't go by what it's worth now, they go by what it could be worth and what it will value later on. New regulation might actually make them report current value, so that might put a strain on what they can do. So it's different things have to be looked at as far as trends go, because all these things have an important factor when it comes to the financial industry, and Bank United is right in the middle of it, being one of the largest bank in South Florida. So I'm going to turn it over to Brian now, where he will be talking about SWOT analysis for Bank United.